Hi, I'm George Marriott and I'm the founder of Access Plus. And I'm really passionate about trying to help you guys become top producers in your industry. Now, I've put this video together with some hints and tips so that you guys can become better at what you guys do. While you're all tucked up in bed and not thinking too much about your scissor lifts and cherry pickers on sites, they're not going to produce as well in a cold, harsh, refrigerated environment. So what I'd like to do is take you somewhere a little bit warmer than this, where we can perhaps explain a wee bit better on how you can become a top producer. Oh, that's a bit better. I think now it would be helpful if we talked about how batteries actually operate. Most batteries are designed to operate between 8 degrees and 30 degrees Celsius. So when we're in cold weather environments or refrigerated environments, the best and the very best that you're going to expect to get from these batteries is 40%. That's the very best. So my recommendation to you is, where you need to get the job done in times of essence, take 2 machines and do a tag team with them. So whilst one machine is indoors and working and being operated, the other one should be outside in ambient temperatures between 8 degrees and 30 degrees if possible, and get it charged up. And when that one's done its job indoors, get it out and swap the 2 machines over. And that way I'm sure you'll be a top producer. What I'd like to do now is talk to you about the 6 things that Access Plus do to your machine that make you a top producer. First thing that we do at Access Plus is we put in bigger batteries. Now typically you should expect to get between 20 and 25% more productivity out of an Access Plus scissor lift. The next thing that we do is we time and hour stamp when we insert the batteries. And we've got a battery policy at Access Plus where no battery should be older than 3 years old. At Access Plus, we put in only the best hydraulic fluids for the country's environment. That way this pump won't be pumping as hard and using up as much energy. The next thing that we do for you is we charge every single machine on the bed of the lorry the night before, so that at 6 o'clock in the morning when our drivers come in, they unplug the machine, delivering you a freshly, fully charged, cooked set of batteries for you to get out there and produce. The 5th thing that we do well is we buy only the best technology. Typically the dry algae machines will give you twice as much efficiency as any other supplier in the marketplace. That way again, you guys can perhaps, in a forgetful moment, not charge a machine up. You'll at least get a very good shift, if not a full shift, out of the machine the next day. And the final thing that we'll do for you is we'll deliver the night before. Now, even with the best will in the world, as our machines are being transported, those batteries in a particularly harsh environment are being frozen. So when they arrive in your doorstep, the probability is you're still only going to get 40% out of them. So what we're prepared to do is deliver the night before for you to take the scissor lifts or the cherry pickers indoors into a particularly warmer environment where they can get to their ambient temperature as you charge overnight. That way, when you start your job, first thing in the morning, you've got a fully prepared and fully productive machine. So those are the 6 things that Access Plus can do. But what can you do to improve your productivity on a site? Well, there are 4 things that we feel you can do. First thing is, I've already mentioned it, charge that machine up at every single opportunity. Charge it up at night time, charge it up at dinner breaks, and at lunch breaks. The second thing that you can do of the 4, get the machine indoors, protect it from the environment. At least there'll be some kind of weather protection on the components of the machine, the electrical components. The third thing is, if you do have to keep the machine or store the machine outdoors, to try and protect it from frost, use a black plastic bag or a bin liner or something to at least go over all the switches. That way the frost won't freeze the stop buttons or your switches, and you'll get more productivity. And the 4th thing that you can do to be a top producer is, yeah, take 2 machines, especially if it's time critical. Hopefully this video has been of use to you and you do become a top producer off the back of the hints and tips in it. If you've got any other ideas of subjects that we should cover in our videos, I'd only be too glad to hear from it. And here are our contact details. Thank you once again.